While Tony's group makes it to Illinois and stays in a motel for the night. When Estella goes to the vending machine, she hears weird noises coming from Nick's room and discovers he's doing tricks with one of the orbs to impress a night worker. Estella pays the woman to make her leave and scolds Nick for doing dangerous things, reminding his brother died because he misbehaved. Nick says Estella isn't much better since she's keeping Tony in the dark about everything. The next morning during breakfast, Nick tells Tony that Estella used to be wild as a teenager and calls her out for not talking about his brother. When he tries to point out Tony looks like his brother, Estella smashes his face on the table. Then she drags Tony to the van and they leave without Nick. During the ride, Estella explains the person they're looking for is part of their organization and they must stop him before he puts people in danger. Tony agrees to use Nick's machine to figure out where to go next. Back to Jude, he and Dennis visit the necklace's previous owner that Chandra told them about. They meet with a man who explains the necklace used to belong to his father. He was a truck driver and one day he picked up a hitchhiker who appeared to be running from something. His suspicions were proven right when he realized the truck was being followed, so the hitchhiker took a knife from the glove box and removed the tracker from his ankle. Then he gave it to the driver and ran away. In the meantime, Byron shows Franklin the orb, but he isn't interested and tells Byron to try it alone. Franklin then goes home and confronts Irene about the letter. She tries to apologize saying she made a mistake, but Franklin believes something is seriously wrong with their marriage and feels he isn't enough for her to want to stay. In the shed, Byron puts the sphere in the control panel, but nothing happens. At the police station, Thomas learns that Jude was arrested the other night and begins having second thoughts about the mug. Moments later he visits Irene and shows her all the things he found about Jude thanks to the fingerprints. There's a history of violent incidents and psychiatric holds, so Thomas wants to take Jude into custody. To protect him, Irene pretends she's already fired him for getting drunk. Moments later Denise and Jude come back with information of where his father had been seen a few years ago. Jude wants to follow his dad's trail and Irene and Denise agree to go with him, but Franklin stays. In private, Irene shows Thomas' report to Jude, who says it was all made up by his organization so the police would